Happiness through curiosity on TRS Clips. What should people be knowing about Krishna worship? This is something I've not touched upon in the podcast for a long time.
Yeah.
We used to do a lot of Krishna-oriented episodes, and we went into Shaivism. I want to know about this whole tantric side of praying to Krishna.
You know, Krishna was a living avatar. And he was, people say that, oh, myth hai, myth hai. No. He was existing, and avatar is a person living. Like when we talk about Sri Ram was a human. You might be knowing that Sri Ram was a human like us, got enlightened at the age of 16. So till 16, he went through human emotions. And after 16, when he met his guru, he went into a state. Like,
Who was his guru?
Vishwamitra and, of course, Vashisht Muni. They both, and they helped him, and Vashisht Muni was his main. And he had so much power that he could control, and he realized that he's an avatar of Vishnu and everything. And you know how he left his body, and again how he killed with the arrow, and again how Krishna Bhagwan also left his body at the same time. They're connected. But when we talk about Krishna Bhagwan, he was the master of situations, never a victim. He was an avatar, living, breathing with us. And he had mastered all the arts of sadhana. So there are few texts which talks about Shakti Krishna sadhana, which is very, very esoterically beautiful. Because if you realize that they all are one. And in that sadhana, like my guru is the greatest. I believe she is Krishna Bhagwan herself. And her knowledge is getting me to bhakti. Because Krishna Bhagwan will teach you what bhakti is. And it's very sad that people don't read the Gita the way it is.
How should you read the Gita? Honestly,
That's
because
a very
there are
beautiful question.
classes, there are so many different authors. Usually what I've noticed that people do is that if they're a part of a spiritual school, they'll use the Gita of that spiritual school, and that'll be very different from the Gita of another spiritual school.
Very true. You know,
And they'll all say that this is the ultimate version. Like there's no other version.
I will tell you something very interesting. The Gita happened, I think, in 45 minutes between Bhagwan and Arjuna. And something very beautiful, very intimidating also. I'll tell you the moral also behind it. When the Gita was given, Arjuna was in a state of trance, and he saw in his Sharanagati, Vishnu Rupa and everything. And fortunately or unfortunately, the lesson for us is he forgot the Gita after a couple of years. And again, he went to Bhagwan and asked, can you please explain the Gita? And Bhagwan said, no. Our problem is that the same thing. We know it intellectually, experientially zero. The Gita actually has 18 chapters, which everyone knows. And let's divide the 18 chapter into 3 parts. Actual Gita. The first talks about Gyan. So when Bhagwan talks about Gita, he's only grinding, the 3 important texts that you should know is Brahma Sutra, Upanishads, and Gita. If you know that, you will, the mango is becoming ripe, that process will start. So when Gita is giving the first 3 times, he's grinding in your head that Gyan, Brahman, Atman, Satchitanand. And after that, gaining that knowledge, in the next chapter, he's clearly saying that now do your action. Has an offering to what? To that Satchitanand. And in the last, he talks about bhakti. But nowadays, what is happening? We just talk about bhakti and we don't talk about karma. Bhakti doesn't mean that I just sit and do nothing. No, I have to live in this world. I have to work out my karma. I have to work out in this. That is the reason my human body is there with that knowledge. So what I have learned from my guru and what we also experience is jnana, karma and bhakti. When they all come together, who will you become? You will become Krishna himself.
What does that mean?
That means that the ego is dissolved. You know, Shiva loves Belpatra, Bilva. The 3 flower, the 3 leaf egg. Uska fruit aata hai. That grows for 1 year. And when it grows after 1 year, when you drink it, it has all properties to heal your stomach completely. That Bhagavad Gita should be absorbed every day in your day-to-day activities. Then only everything will happen. When you read just pages, nothing is going to happen.
Do you need a teacher again to teach you the Bhagavad Gita? You do.
Yeah, you do. Because what is happening, I know few friends who have written many, many books. Now suppose R bhai ne book likhi hai, mujhe bhi likhna hai. I will read his book and I will add my own understanding.
Yeah.
जब तक वो वहाँ जाएगा, dilute हो जाएगा.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people are moving away from books related to Hinduism.
Yes.
because there's a lot of self added within those
Yes,
models, and they're actually moving towards podcasts.
Yeah.
Because this is a very raw
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah.
So even the lies can kind of be seen by the audiences.
Definitely. And the problem is when an enlightened being writes, I don't know how to put it or no, they write in a state of trance.
Yeah.
They don't even know what they're writing. And then it comes out. That knowledge that is an enlightened being, an instrument.
Want to name some books like that?
My guru has written lots of books. There are many, many books, but I would personally recommend that whenever you read a book, please go to the root source. That is what Maharishi Patanjali also says. If you don't know where life is going, go to the root, get the text out, read. Don't read by, Patanjali Yoga Sutra by R. Bhai, Patanjali Yoga Sutra by Bhavesh. No. Patanjali Yoga Sutra original with Bhashya, with commentary, with the 12 great saints giving, and then you read and then you discuss with right people. That is how you gain knowledge. But nowadays we are reading books to chant mantras or to show how cool we are. You are deluding yourself.
So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to TRS Clips for more.